No way.
Yeah. There's not. You are 100% correct. It shouldn't be.
I've muted that time. What is everyone today?
I don't know. Did I not have the link? I always mess up the links. I feel like I think Alyssa's, a lot of people are at Alyssa's. I have not even been able to hop on at all, but.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I don't say right now, but yeah. Yeah, you have an event. Oh, no. There's no event for it.
I don't have an event?
No event.
Oh, well, then that's going to be the problem. I didn't realize. I thought I had created a year's worth of events.
There's one for the 20th. Past event, but no current events in the mom group. No upcoming. Interesting. That's weird. I thought they all like.
I thought I had created like.
Because even Meet the Coaches doesn't continue. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I am doing it now. Oh crap! Really?
That's what you're going to have to outsource, Megan. I can't say what I want to say because we're live, but that's okay.
There's Belita, yay.
Yeah, she just chatted the weekly live. Mom's chat.
I created a chat.
I think I accidentally created the chat a long time ago. And so it was that chat that was blowing up. She just really chatted.
Gotcha.
Good morning, Belita. You get a one-on-one training. I'm just kidding.
Apparently I forgot to create an event, so nobody else is here.
Alyssa's also stealing everyone away this week. So
yeah.
I'm here.
Good morning. We appreciate that. I was so excited when I saw you hopping on. I'm like, yay, Belita's here.
She's here. People are finding.
Not Sherry and I are going to train each other today. Maybe we need this as just as much as they do. Maybe that's a sign, huh?
I do. Let's be real. I have a story to share, guys. Megan already knows the story, please. Yeah. Stacy, I got your message. I will respond to you.
Okay. Thank you.
Megan, and so I haven't chatted back, so I gotcha.
It's my fault.
All right.
Yeah, blame Megan. Ooh, Elise. Yeah, like
everybody's hopping on now. Yay. Jessica, yeah. Hey, everybody.
Oh, cool club today.
I screwed the event up today, so I apologize. I thought I created a year's worth, but apparently I did not.
You want to? All right. So we're waiting for a couple of people to join, since people are still finding it. Let's ask a question. Well, easy question. Low-hanging fruit. Any wins? Any wins? Good morning, Sarah. Good morning, Alicia.
The lawyer that I worked with on his 2021 has approved me for his 2022 early.
Yay. That's awesome. Good job.
So I can work on it a little bit slower and not maybe stress as much.
Yeah, 20. Yeah. I sent my first engagement letter. Yay. That's a big deal. That feels like when I started sending out my first formal engagement letters, I felt like there was so much weight on them because I was at a CPA firm before that. And I sent out the staff, we would create and like renew the engagement letters with the clients. And there's template, and you had to go to the AI, like the AICPA has like guidance and documents for CPAs on what to include in disclosures and things like that. And it was this big process we had to do every year for our audit clients that we were staff on. And so I like brought that into my business and felt like there was so much weight on this engagement letter that it got complicated. As a result, I now pay practice ignition, and you don't have to do that, but I could have saved myself some have the mindset issue there. Okay. Congrats. I'm really excited for you. 2 calls scheduled. Guys, I love getting calls scheduled on my calendar. It just feels like I'm making progress. I don't know if y'all can relate.
Most definitely.
Okay, guys, I have a challenge for you. So I was talking to Megan. Megan asked, what should we talk about this week, last week? And the first thing that came to my mind was challenging, like there's a ton of bookkeeping Facebook groups. I don't know how many you guys are a part of, but there's a bazillion of them on Facebook that you can join, and you can see how everyone is doing their businesses. You can see how they quote, you can see how they operate their bookkeeping business, you can talk to other people, and there's a bazillion ways to run your bookkeeping business. There's obviously some best practices, some things that don't work, some things that just flat out won't work for you, right? So then I was kind of thinking, like, in a couple of calls ago on a Thursday, we were talking about growing our business, and the spirit of the conversation was you have to hustle and grind, and you're going to put in a lot of sweat equity. Well, true. It was under the mentality of you're going to kill yourself you're going to sacrifice like a year or 2 of your life to build this business. And I left that call thinking, but it doesn't have to be that way. Why do we think that? And so I wanted to jump on today with Megan and challenge that. I don't know if you guys have read E-Myth. There's a series called E-Myth for entrepreneurs. So it's Entrepreneur Myths. And they challenge that as well. Mike Michalowicz challenges that in his book Clockwork, which is based on E-Myth. We see there's an E-Myth book for bookkeepers that's put out by, I forget the author, I don't have it in here. It's Michael Palmer, I think. He's the owner of Pure Bookkeeping. So then I was, in the past 6 months, I was listening to a YouTube video it was Jetpack Workflows YouTube channel. He was interviewing a accounting firm owner, and she literally had, due to circumstances, clockworked her business down to 4 hours. So the 4-hour work week, she made it happen. And it got me thinking,
you're covered for hospital
we don't talk about this very often. We don't talk about other ways to do the bookkeeping business where it's not, up till 2, up till 4 a.m. in the morning, and what that would look like.
Same things as original Medicare. And they also cover your Medicare deductibles and co-insurance.
Thanks, Big. So I just wanted to open the conversation, and I want to check, make sure, is that a good topic to talk about today? Are you guys interested in hearing more? Do you want to dive into what other options might you have? And this isn't a pitch. This isn't anything like that. You're good, Brandy. It happens. What other ways are out there? So I just wanted to open up like brainstorming and talking that through. And so, but I will start with an example and imagine it. I sound like I feel like I'm like on a commercial or something, but not pitching anything. I just want to challenge the mindset around like working slave labor. And this is coming from someone who actually did it, like slave labor herself. So, but the story I had for you was a year ago on my birthday. So around the same time last year, I had a 3-4-month-old. Yeah, 3 and 4-month-old. And I was talking to someone yesterday. She had this call who also has a 3-month-old, which also it was like the perfect week. So she reminded me of all of this too. And I got on, I voice messaged Megan and was like, I'm dying. And here I am still voice messaging Megan, but Megan, I'm doing better. I'm improving 1% method, improve 1% a day. But I will tell you, ripping off the Band-Aid is hard. So that's all good. And I messaged her and I was like, this is not what I want to do. And I think it was like over a month time period. I wanted to shut down my business. She told me not to. But this went on. I was like really stuck on mindset, stuck on processes, stuck on it all. And it was mostly mental. And I messaged her and I was like, because I had started my business and I did not want to do bookkeeping. I knew I had young children. I knew I didn't have the time. And I knew from working in corporate that I didn't want the same problems every month. Like I didn't want to be dealing with the same people doing the same problems every month because it just felt like a never ending cycle of, oh yeah, I need to do that journal entry. Oh yeah, that's still out there. Oh yeah, that software glitch is still out there. You need to call support. Like, and not just me, like that's the corporate environment for doing like month-end corporate close, right? Like there's always something, you're always closing something. So if you're not closing, you're working on all of the things you didn't do during close, only to start closing the month again, right? And that's what we do. We do month-end close accounting. So you're doing the same thing every month. It can be boring, it can be tedious, it can be monotonous. It can also be a lot of fun, like because it can allow you to create a lot of freedom. It can allow you to create an income source. You can also deal with a lot of really fun clients. Thinking of Sandra's client that she talked about on Tuesday during Meet the Coaches. So if you didn't listen to Meet the Coaches, go listen to that. She has a fun client that she works with. So I love a lot of my clients. So I do enjoy talking to them. I enjoy seeing their businesses grow. I enjoy seeing the ins and outs of their bookkeeping. But I called Megan, and she was like, from the jump street. You should have been doing this from the jump street. And I was like, I didn't tell Megan I was going to share this story. So, and okay, great. And this went on for a month. And she was on another call and I was listening. And I had to, in the chat, I was like, what does jump street mean? And okay, so we're from different parts of the United States. And I did not know that from the jump street meant from the start. And I was like, oh, now I understand what you've been telling me. She had been telling me over the month that I needed to hire contractors and start getting some of the stuff off my plate because I just didn't have enough time in my day between really with my young kids at home, feeding them, changing them. Like 3 in diapers is a lot, guys. And two of them were nursing. So that's a lot to do. And you're always holding a baby. You can't sit at the computer because the instant you sit at a computer with 2 babies, you can't type. You can't like move your mouse as much. So like I was limited to what I could do on my phone, which was marketing. So I was really stuck on like, how do I show up and get stuff done and get these clients their deliverables? And I could, like, I would put the kids to bed and I would stay up till 2 a.m. But then I would turn around and be exhausted. And then instead of marketing during nap time, I was sleeping during nap time. Oh my gosh, I love the ears too. I saw those. And so, okay. So then I was like, well, Megan, I need a contractor. Please send me a contractor. I have this hourly job. Like, got any names for me? Because I've tried and I keep failing. that particular situation didn't work out. And I kept trying some more things and kept trying some more things. But in my world of experience, like experimenting in my business, I do think there is a way to clockwork your bookkeeping business so that you can take a 4-week vacation. I do think there's a way to clockwork your business so that you, I love seeing everyone dress up. I do think you can structure your business around your time, set boundaries from the get-go. And I won't say their name unless they chat me that I can say their name, but there is someone actually on this call today who has a full-time job and she's growing her bookkeeping business, and she's done a phenomenal job and I think the Lord has just blessed her business and blessed her commitment to taking action in her business. Where like, I keep watching her and I'm like, I know there's some caveats, and her and I have talked specifically on this, where some of what I'm saying might not actually be her goal, but where I look at it and I look inside of it and I say, you've got a full-time job. That is the perfect opportunity to structure your bookkeeping business so you grow your income and you can clockwork the business. Yeah. And around those boundaries so that when you leave your job, you're not working more you're not leaving your job to work more in your bookkeeping business. You're leaving your job because you have your bookkeeping business up and running, right? Without you doing every single part of it, because you figured out like, okay, I have this client. What do I need to make this client work? Who do I need help with? Who am I going to train on it? So definitely read Clockwork. So Clockwork, to give you a basis on what I'm talking about, he looks at every single, you write down the to-do list. What do I do? What am I required to do? Marketing, sales calls, discovery calls, deliverables, bookkeeping, transactions, but you're really detailed. And then you're going to start saying, what can I be the one not doing? And start getting some of that off your plate. But you're not just going to get it off your plate willy-nilly and hope that it's done right. We're going to create a system in place to get it off your plate so that it stays off your plate. And we're going to empower the person taking it off your plate to make decisions and do it if hiccups come first. Like, we don't want just monkey see, monkey do solutions. We want solutions capable of thinking and like taking ownership of their role and ultimately the business. We want business partners inside of our business or working with us that love and care about our business too, as much as possible. Like, most people will not care about it as much as you do, but we still want to attract people and bring people in that care about you and the business. And that looks different. So if you've had an employee type job where you've worked a 9 to 5 or some sort of situation like that, think about how you showed up to work. Did you care about the business? Did you care about your job? If you did, you might attract people like that. If you were just clocking in and clocking out, what changes might you need to make mindset wise to not attract employees that just want to clock in, clock out? We don't actually want silent quitters in our business, right? Absolutely. In school, create boundaries, and then I would challenge the mindset. And I'm not saying that you have this mindset, Alicia. I'm saying let's challenge the mindset. If you've already got other commitments, whether that's being a full-time mom or a full-time wife, full-time school, full-time work, some other commitment, maybe you don't want to leave that, like give that up. Maybe you are like me and full-time mom was really my full-time job, and I want that to be my full-time job. Maybe you love your full-time job. Maybe you need to leave your full-time job, but you don't really want the commitment of replacing it with a full-time job. Let's keep those boundaries into our bookkeeping business so that we're not having the mentality of, as soon as I leave this job, if I can just make enough money, then I can leave this and I will work full-time in my business. you can for sure. Like, also don't hear me say that you can have that as an option. It can be a glorious option too. And you'll just know this is how much I can take on, and this is what my rate is to do that. And you might have to charge more than you think you're comfortable with. If so, talk to me and Megan. We can probably, or another coach, and we can help you with pricing according to your goals, right? We don't want to nickel and dime everyone that comes through our door. We want to have equal weights and measures. So a quoting type calculator is perfect. But maybe you need to set a minimum that's higher than $100 an hour, or $100 a month. Because if you're doing more than an hour, most bookkeeping, you're going to touch it more than an hour, like an hour and a half. If you email the client, things like that. If you review it, I would give yourself at least an hour and a half for every period. I have one technically that I can do in under an hour. So we just want to pay attention to, are we quoting correctly? Am I setting myself up for success? But then we do want to put boundaries, whether you work full-time in your business or you don't want to work full-time in your business. We want to set boundaries around what you do. And then you want to budget and allow yourself to hire to fill in those gaps. So if it's marketing, I found in my business, I'm actually the best marketer right now in my business. I'm not ready to outsource that completely yet. I do outsource some of it, but I don't outsource like the initial discovery call. That's me right now. It doesn't have to be you. Think, for example, QuickBooks Live or Binge.co or Haro.io or KPMG Spark. The owner is not getting on the call with you. It's a partner. It's a staff. It's someone that they've put in charge of bringing in people to the company, right? So it doesn't have to be you. You do not have to do everything. You just have to figure out what you want to get off your plate first. It could be what you hate first, but I wouldn't give off anything. So the caveat there is I wouldn't hand off anything yet until you've mastered it yourself. And by mastered it, I mean, you know the process, you know what works for your business, and you can give it away. Okay. But then there's one caveat. Say you don't know absolutely anything about some part of the business. I want to give a caveat of like Facebook ads and things like that. You can blow a lot of money really quickly with someone who just says that they can do Facebook ads, but doesn't really know how to get results. So be careful with I'm encouraging you to use your brain. But there's also, I actually have a book on this. I don't know if you guys, Megan, do you know I have a book on outsourcing too, but not a plug for that. But in this book, I talk about, don't go find it. I talk about, if you use a VA, you can simply send them a YouTube video from some other creator and say, I want you to do this, please. And then in Clockwork, and I think Clockwork or the 4-Hour Workweek talks about this, where you can send them a video, they're going to watch it, they're going to learn what you're communicating that they do. So instead of you recording a video, you're going to find a video or a course or something, you're going to say, monkey see, monkey do this, learn this. And then they're going to take ownership of that process because they learned it, right? So it's not just monkey see, it's taking ownership, being able to make decisions on this process that you're outsourcing to them, or staffing them to do. That could be marketing, that could be bookkeeping, right? I will note this is an instance where we've intentionally set up like the coaching business so that if you do have a staff or contractor, you're not on your own getting into the group to ask questions. You can have them ask questions to us, just a reminder that that's there. As an option. So because I was about to say, you could, and we have something in, Megan, I wish I had more time in my day.
You can say it.
Can I say it? You know where I was headed with that?
Yeah.
We have a course coming. We partnered. Can I say who? It's not like it.
Why not? We just have to finalize everything.
We have to finalize.
Paperwork is essentially all we're waiting on.
Okay. I hope it. Okay. I hate getting the cart before the horse. Complete the Business Group has School of Bookkeeping courses that we are partnering with as soon as we possibly can. And that can help you in the after support and things like that. So Megan, I don't know if you want to say any more to that. So if you needed to send a staff, they can join you in this program, and you don't have to do all the training yourself, is where I was headed with that. But I was trying to think of other, so I'm not trying to just plug everything, but that's a genuine plug. We do have support and help coming as we're growing, and that's a really cool option and avenue that we're really, really excited about. So with that, you don't have to do all of the teaching. You don't have to do all of the training. You just have to find the right resources for that person you hire. When I say I want you to master it, I mean in instances like I do Upwork for my marketing. I would not have been able to, and at the time I started, there was not as many courses available on Upwork. It was really new. Now there are actually a lot of courses and a lot of YouTubers. I could now go say, watch this YouTube series and please set me up please market my business on Upwork. The problem is, if you haven't gotten in there and know the numbers, you might be overspending. Oh, for sure. And yeah, we do offer mentoring for you too. Obviously, here and this is for new people. So I am challenging newbies as well for this. So don't feel like you've had to be in business for 2 years to do what even I'm saying, because I think this is for you. Like I do want you to hear it, and not just the experienced people, because if you I want you to have systems in place that if you get a job opportunity that you really want to say yes to, but it might just be a hair over your experience and you need to level up. I want you to have the resources in place to level up successfully to take on that client, right? Or to support your staff when they have to level up, right? So if we have a contractor who's working for us and we need to give them a client that it's just a hair above their skill level, either we need to find someone or we need to level them up to it. And we need to empower them to level up mindset wise, skill wise, time wise, not overloading them so much that they don't have the time to pause and think and double check and confidently show up to this job, right? Okay, so I just brain dumped a lot on you guys, because I want you to, as you start thinking about your business and getting clients and things like that, do think about it with the end in mind. Do you want a 4-hour work week? Do you want to take a 4-week vacation? Do you not want to ever do discovery calls? Do you not want to do the data entry part of the bookkeeping? Do you just want to review it? Do you just want to learn the review process? How do you know it's correct? Do you want to do taxes on the side as well? And can you do that with doing the bookkeeping? And so crafting your business around what you want it to look like, what you want it to offer, versus just diving in. You can absolutely just dive in though, and getting any client that comes your way. And that would be more like a freelancer. So I just want you to know that there's options if you feel like, because I encountered this when I started my business, especially when I joined a larger group of people doing bookkeeping. I felt like, oh, I have to give up doing financial modeling. I have to give up CFO, because I was being told, oh, we don't do CFO. We don't do CFO. We're just bookkeepers. So I actually lowered my service down to just basic bookkeeping, because I felt like I'm not allowed to do this. And I'm like, I have a master's in accounting. I've been doing this for years. What are we talking about here? So I actually gave up. Part of it was because of time. And then slowly after that, I was like, okay, let's regroup. I'm going to just do this because I can do this in a way that meets this other goal here. So I did have to like restructure a couple of times of what are my goals and how am I going to get there to do that. So I just want to challenge you mindset wise, mindset, marketing, business. I don't know. So E-Myth is a good book to read. I would read Clockwork. I think it's a better summary. E-Myth for bookkeepers is good. In the story Clockwork, in the book Clockwork, Mike Michalowicz does have a bookkeeper in there where she clockworked her business. And if you're a YouTuber, they give enough information in that book. You can go look her up on YouTube. She's done some interviews around clockworking for bookkeepers too. I would highly recommend. I don't have any links for you, but definitely something you could grab and go pursue. And that would take you down the rabbit hole of clockworking or 4-hour work week. If you haven't read either of those books, they're fun. They're fun short reads. So, okay. Also, 4-hour work week. So you can just go listen to it on Audible or on YouTube. And then I found the first 3/4 of it was good. The last fourth of it is really about like e-commerce and running an e-commerce business on a 4-hour work week. So really the first 3. First like 3/4 of the book was good. Any questions for me? I've got to hop off early because I do have a client meeting that managed to book on my calendar for the last half of this. But any questions for me or Megan? Do you want to say anything? Did I misspeak? Did I sell a lot?
No, you are 100% correct. And I'll hang out with y'all for a little while still to answer any questions as well. And we can chat a little bit more about it if y'all want. But yeah, no, I agree 100%. So if y'all, I don't know, I didn't just check Facebook. Let me see if we have anything there.
Oh, I think I hopped off. So are there any stuck points in your business that, like, you know, as you're getting started? I know that there's a couple of really, really new people that like just feel more overwhelming to even take control of.
Yeah, yes. Can you hear me?
Oh,
Yeah, hey.
Hi.
Hey. So, yes, I'm actually getting hung up on not feeling overwhelmed because, like you said earlier, it is a lot of different bookkeeping groups and things like that. And I do have 2 potential clients that need cleanup work. So I'm just like kind of freaking out and frenzied a little bit because I've been watching like YouTube, trying to see like where do I start and how to like really calm myself down. And I really need like guidance or a mentor or something of like where do I start first. And I'm also in school for to get my bachelor's in accounting, and then I work full time.
Awesome. That's a lot on your plate. So a couple of things. We do have the cleanup webinar that's going on this week that you could join. I think there's a link in the group. Megan, I don't know if you want to add it to the chat, but so that's going on this week, and we have coaches every day this week, and there are replays who have gotten on and like walked you through start to finish the cleanup. However, that might not be like every client comes up with different little nuances for their cleanup. So getting into a one-to-one with a mentor or coach, as we call them, would also be an option. So we have the bundles of calls that you could like directly get with a mentor and share your screen and say, what do I do first? Go do it and get on another call. And you could walk through that way. Or we can also, you can say, before you get off the call, you can ask, what is my next step after I finish this? And then I would encourage you to go try to do it first. See what you can find on YouTube, or like ask questions in the group. see if you can get kind of the next step. That way you're using those calls efficiently. We don't want to just take your money. We want to teach you how to find those answers, but we also want to help you not spend 20 hours when you could have spent 2, right? So I recognize that there's a balance there. And we do want to help you get to the next step. So just ask us, hey, what is the next step after this? What should I be looking at next after I complete this? And then with that, like, just don't get stuck. Like, lean on us in the free group to ask questions and keep moving. We're trying to do the School of Business as quickly as possible. But until then, you have us. In the paid group, we do have a weekly live on Thursday afternoons called a co-working call, where you can also get on and ask the coaches that show up to that call questions too. And then that comes with 2 free one-to-ones a month as well, in addition to the webinar. So if you were to sign up for the monthly, you would get the webinar, the cleanup webinar, the 2 breakouts, and access to those coaches in more detail in that call. So.
And the cleanup webinar is excellent for beginners to see what's the first. They go step by step. What's the first thing you would do? How you would clean up step by step. And if you could get and just listen to all those for the week, I think you would be able to do real good. I wish I had that, before I even started my first one. But it does tell you very good. And you'll get a lot of information from that.
Thank you for that feedback, Belita. That is super helpful. That's what we were kind of aiming for with this call for sure, or with the webinar for sure.
Oh yeah, it's helping.
Awesome. Awesome.
Okay. Megan, I'm going to bow out as much as I enjoy talking to you guys. Have fun. Good luck. Bug me in the free group if you have more questions. So.
Yep, most definitely.
I guess.
All right. So was that helpful, Alicia? Do you have any other questions about any of that?
Yes, that was very helpful, and I'm
awesome.
Glad. Thank you, Belita, as well.
You're welcome.
Awesome. So just to touch a little bit back on kind of what Sherry said, and y'all, the ones who've known me for a while, y'all know how huge I am on this. Knowing what your why is, why you started this business, and basically what Sherry said on back to what is your end goal? What are you trying to accomplish with this business and stuff? So that's going to be a huge thing for you guys, especially in the beginning. And even as you go through, once you've started your business, to kind of reevaluate that. Is your why still the same? Or are you still focused on that why enough? Because I've told plenty of y'all this before. I've had that issue in my business at points in times. It started out, hey, I want to spend more time with my daughter. I want to be there for all our activities. And then it gets to the point where it's like, okay, my business is growing so much, I'm not spending as much time with her as I had initially planned. And it's like, okay, I have to reevaluate and figure out how can I get back to that goal, because that's what I started this for. Because I mean, you're surrounded with other bookkeepers, you're seeing all these people with all their success. These are big things. So you kind of like, oh, I can run for that. I can do that. I can do it. Well, guess what? Maybe that's not what your goal was initially. So it's hard to not compare yourself, compare your journey and stuff when you're surrounded by all these other bookkeepers. But everybody's journey, everything is different, because when I started my business, I was working full time. I'm a single mom. So I had all the things going on, so my journey looked very different than what Sherry's did when she first started, and Chelsea's, and, just everybody's. So it's hard to not get wrapped up into those kind of things, but it's so important to focus on what your end goal is in your business, not everybody else's necessarily.
I was zoned out, but I heard my name.
No, I was just saying, like, everybody's journey is different. Like, mine looks different than yours and everybody's. So I was just comparing you because you were a coach and you're on the call is all.
I was like, that's what I was asking about Christmas lights. I'm like, what? You said my name.
Yeah. No, it wasn't important.
Okay.
The thing about goals is they can change. Yeah, most definitely, Brandy. And that's why it's so important to sit back and look like, where are you right now in your life and what are you wanting to accomplish and stuff. Chelsea said hers changed recently. Every year, and I reevaluate them more than that, but every year at the end of the year, the beginning of the brand new year, and we'll actually do this as a webinar as well, for everybody who's never done it before. But I do this with my daughter. She's going to be 15 this year. Yeah, dream boards. Yep, we're going to do that. So we always set goals together for the new year. Create a dream board, and everybody's looks different. I have one on the background on my computer, on my phone, stuff like that. But we always do like get poster boards, print pictures out, get magazines, cut pictures out. That way it's an activity that we can sit down and we can do together, and we've been doing it for a few years now. But like, okay, what do we want to accomplish with the new year coming up? So it's really awesome and if you have kids old enough to do it with, or if you have like a group of friends to be able to do that together, because like with my daughter, she's going to be 15 this year, but we've done it for a few years now. And a couple of years ago, one of her big goals was, she's in 4-H, she does livestock shows. So she wanted to win belt buckles and stuff. So that was put on her dream board. So when it happened, to see her face light up and to see the excitement in her when she sees like, hey, I've accomplished these goals and stuff as well, it was really awesome to be able to see that. And of course, you get excited about your own goals and stuff too, but to be able to see it in your kids and know that as well, and them to be able to experience that with you. And then like even my dream board, like we create that together as well, because like, hey, we want to go on this vacation this year, or we want a new house, a new car, or whatever the case is, because I mean, she's very much involved in all that right now. So yeah, we are definitely going to be doing like vision boards, goals. Like my goals initially, the way I've always done it is you start with a day in your dream life. If money wasn't an obstacle, nothing was an obstacle, what would your dream life look like? And what would that day look like? Like, what would you be doing? And you want to get like very detailed on that. And then you, of course, break it down from there into smaller goals. Like when would you like to see that accomplished? Is that going to be like a 10-year goal, 5-year goal, 3-year goal? When do you think you can accomplish that? And then break it down even further. If it's a 10-year goal, go down to a 5-year goal. What would you like to see in 5 years, 3 years? And then you want to, of course, break it down into a year. And then you create your vision board based off of this next year. These are the things that I would like to see. And then you try to break that down into even smaller goals. So what is that looking like for you monetary wise? How many hours are you having to put into your business and stuff like that to be able to accomplish these goals? And again, your goals don't have to be, I want to make X number of dollars. Maybe it's, I need X number of dollars to pay my bills, but I want 40 hours back to my week. What is that going to look like for me? So you got to kind of think about all of those things and really think in detail, what is that end goal look like for you? Because yours is not going to be the same as everybody else's. Chelsea said she's pulling up her vision board template. Awesome. So do y'all have any questions about that? Again, that's kind of how I've done my business. I did like some network marketing before I started my business on the side of my full-time job, and like those goals, vision boards, those were always big things with network marketing. So like it's kind of just stuck around with me, where I've kind of continued to do that. And again, something that I do on a yearly basis, a new vision board. This year I actually redid it probably halfway through the year and reevaluate it, like, hey, what are some goals that I want to accomplish? Because we threw a new business in the mix and stuff, so it's like, hey, what is that going to look like for me? And everything. So yeah. Anybody have questions, thoughts, comments? Feel free to unmute or throw them in the chat. Okay, I don't see any comments on Facebook. I'll give y'all a few seconds if y'all have comments. I also am gonna want to talk a little bit about the group again, because I did get a couple of comments asking that throughout the week. All right, so if y'all have questions, again, just feel free to drop them in the chat. No, that will stay the same, so you don't have to worry about that. That will stay the same. Okay, so I want to talk just a little bit about what we do here and what our Sherry touched on it a little bit already and what our program is, because I've gotten a couple of comments in the group and messages, and it's always easier to explain it in a video than to type it out in text. So I just want to touch on that again for anybody catching the replay or if they happen to be on the call. I don't think I see anyone that did, but just in case. So what we're in this group, it's we have several bookkeepers. We have 14 coaches total. We are all on a bookkeeping business and have built our businesses and are just sharing that information. Like, what did that journey look like for us? How can we help y'all create your own bookkeeping business? Or if you own another business, how can we help you with the bookkeeping with that business or your goals and things like that? Because growing a business in general, there's so much that goes along with it, like the goal setting, mindset, marketing. Sometimes you need cash flow to figure out your own personal business. Or, hey, I don't know what this question is or how to answer this or handle that. A client had a question, things like that. Like, so many different things come up. And when you own your own business, you don't have the coworkers like you do at a full-time job, where you can go run to their desk and say, like, hey, how would you handle this situation? Or this happened. And you don't necessarily have processes and procedures in place. Like, all this stuff is dependent on you. So we've all done this for our personal businesses, and each coach has their own specialty. So we have some that are awesome at processes and procedures, awesome at organizing time, awesome at setting goals, mindset, the bookkeeping piece, payroll stuff, just all these different things. So each one of the coaches have like their own specialty. So you can go to a different coach for every different topic that you need assistance on. So we're just trying to combine like all of that knowledge and like, how can we help business owners make this process a lot easier for them, have a place where they can turn to ask any of these questions that come up throughout that process to help them grow the business, accomplish the goals and stuff that we've been able to do with our own personal businesses and stuff. So we just want to share all of that knowledge that we have with you guys to be able to help get y'all to that point. Because for every one of us that are on here, as far as coach wise, our having a business of our own has changed our lives tremendously, and has meant so many different things: time freedom, financial freedom, just all the different things that we've been able to accomplish. And we want to see other people be able to do that. So all of our hearts have truly been to see people's lives change. And we all truly have a passion to do that and help people succeed in any way that we possibly can. So we created this program to be able to do just that for you guys. And we've also, when we were in the process of trying to work out the details and everything that we have right now, nothing's set in stone. We're constantly changing and going to change things up and stuff like that to make things better for y'all. But we ask a ton of questions. We want y'all's feedback. We want to know where y'all feel like y'all need assistance at and stuff like that, so we can make this program fit everybody's needs and we can fill in all those gaps that we need to. So we have a lot of different options as far as packages and stuff go. That way you can make sure you get whatever you need available to you. So we have individual one-on-one sessions. If you just need to purchase one 30-minute session, you want to hop on a call with a coach and chat about like, hey, I'm brand new, I'm setting up my business. What do you do? I have no idea. Or, hey, I'm at this point, I want to look at cash flow. You can do a one-on-one for any of the topics that I've mentioned on this call today, pretty much anything. If you have a question about that, feel free to message or post in the group and we'll let you know if we have a coach available to help with those things. So you can purchase one-on-one, you can purchase a bundle of one-on-ones. So we've had people like, hey, I have a cleanup job. I really just want help with this particular cleanup job. So they'll purchase a bundle of one-on-ones. We'll help them with the cleanup job or whatever's going on at that particular time. And then they're good to go. They're ready to move on. And then we also have our monthly package. Our monthly package includes, we try to do 2 webinars a month This month, we've only done one because it's been a very large webinar. It's taken the whole week. Usually the webinars will be like one day, an hour or so long, and that's it. This one's been an hour every day this week. So it's been a very large webinar just because of the information that we need to cover. And we still, of course, there's probably still a lot more details that we could go into, but we're kind of time limited. But so that's been a cleanup job webinar. And yes, Sherry used Upwork to gain all of her clients. I'll touch back on that in a second, Teresa. But the webinars are included in that. So this month we only did one just because it was so large, and it's taken a lot of preparation and stuff to get that one done. Next month and following, there should be 2 webinars per month. Those are included free if you do the monthly package. The monthly I didn't mention this, I don't think, is $300 a month. So that's the webinars. You get 2 one-on-one sessions with a coach. You can use it however you see fit. If you sign up today, you get 2 one-to-ones, and then on the first, you get 2 more one-to-ones. So you can use 2 one-to-ones now and 2 more when the new month starts. And then you also get 2 weekly calls in the paid group. Those 2 weekly calls on Wednesdays, we do what we call business workout Wednesdays. We rotate those from a mindset call one week to a marketing call the following week. So those are mindset and marketing. And then on Thursdays, we do a co-working call. So what the co-working call is, you're working on books, you're working on marketing, whatever you're working on, hop on, work with everyone else in the group at the time and ask any questions that you have. So, hey, how do I code this transaction? If some bookkeeping other questions come up, marketing question, you can ask whatever coach is in charge or on that call that day. And then, of course, all the webinars are included and stuff. We are also, I'm super excited to make this announcement. I don't have all the details or know exactly when it's the date that it's going to start or anything like this, but next month we will be adding in November for our paid group only. We're going to do a Zoom call. Again, I don't know all the details. I don't know if it's going to be once a week, a couple of times a week, but Sherry has offered to, when she's working on clients' books, post a Zoom link. So if you want to hop on and watch her work on the client's books to know like, hey, this is how you code transactions, or if you run into this PayPal issue, this is how you would handle this and different stuff like that. So she's going to hop on a Zoom call, do that. These will just be a Zoom call because we can't live stream it in the group because of confidentiality and stuff like that. So we'll be limited to only the people in the paid group. But we'll also use some of these things as training sessions, edit the video, blur out information and stuff like that. And confidentiality forms will have to be signed and stuff like that. But again, that's one of those things everybody's been asking for. Like, I would love to be able to watch somebody do books. I want to see what it's done. I want to get in on there firsthand and stuff like that. So it's taken us a while to try to figure out how can we make that happen and stuff. Sherry came up with an awesome idea and figured out how to make it happen for you guys. So that's going to be a new feature that we are adding on in November. So you'll definitely want to hop in and be a part of that if you were looking forward to that. So that's our monthly package. That's what's included in there. It's so much, you guys. And then we have our webinars. When we do the webinars, are available to purchase those individually. So even if you're not in the monthly group, you can just purchase those if you're in the free group. So we have that option as well. And then, of course, Sherry touched on the School of Bookkeeping. That's in the process. We're not sure exactly how we're going to work that whole thing out. It's probably going to be another monthly package because that is a monthly fee that comes along with the School of Bookkeeping. So it'll probably be something that we just have 2 separate monthly packages if you're interested in adding that on, but we don't know all the details yet. We have to finalize all that with them first before we make those decisions. But yeah, so many exciting things coming. And with all of that being said, I mean, we already have a lot of exciting things currently happening, but let us know, send me messages, post in the group if you're like, oh, this would be really awesome if there was some way y'all can make this happen, or I really need support in this area. Do y'all offer that, or can y'all do that? Whatever. let us know, because if we don't currently, we may know somebody, because there's 14 coaches right now currently. So we know people, we've done certain things in our business. So even if it's not one of us that knows how to do it, we probably know somebody who can, or we have resources where we can reach out and say, hey, who do you know that would be able to do this? So feel free to send messages, reach out to us. We're open to any suggestions, because we want this program to be owning a business, being a bookkeeper, all these things. It's not a white glove. There's not one size fits all, any of these things. Everything is so different. So we want to try to be able to help as many people as we can. And we're trying to make that happen in as many different ways as we possibly can. But we also need feedback from you guys, like, hey, this is working for me, this isn't, stuff like that. So definitely make sure y'all are letting us know, giving us feedback and stuff. Any questions? I know that's a lot of information like thrown at y'all. And I'm more than happy to hop on an individual call with anybody if they have questions about the program or anything like that. Or if you want to just send me a message and we can chat through Messenger.
I know one thing I would say is Maximize My Business Challenge. And they're going over some of the same thing that is in this program. And they talk a lot about the mindset and the marketing. And
awesome.
And one person mentioned this about marketing. He said, we stress on marketing, but we don't realize that when we market, we're helping people. And we need to put that in our minds instead of marketing saying, hey, I'm helping you to get to wherever you want to be. And I see the similarity in the program and that one. And I just want you to know that you all are doing a great job.
Thank you so much, Belita. I appreciate that. So to touch on what you just said, Fear is My Homeboy. A lot of y'all know that is like one of my favorite books. But one of the things she says in there that's always stood out to me, especially being a bookkeeper and conversations that I've had with people and stuff throughout the 3-4 years that I've been doing this, very similar to what you just mentioned, Belita, is if you're not going out and marketing your services, because a lot of people, I do a lot of mindset coaching and stuff. So a lot of people are always like, well, I don't want to spam my family and friends by posting on Facebook and stuff like that. But you definitely have to change your mindset around that, because one of the things she mentions in that book is, if you're not out there marketing, if you're not out there telling everybody what you have to offer, you're not only doing a disservice to yourself because you're not growing your business if you're not doing that, but you're doing a disservice to them because you might be offering something that's going to be totally life-changing to them by handling their bookkeeping and stuff like that. But you're not posting on social media. You're not telling everybody what you have to offer. So this person might not even know this is an option or this is available to them. Because I've had plenty of conversations with potential clients, current clients, stuff like that, where, oh, my wife's doing my bookkeeping. Well, you know how much stress that's caused on their relationship because they're arguing constantly about doing the bookkeeping when they could pay somebody $300 a month to handle it. And now those fights have stopped. Or I don't get to spend any time with my kids. I don't get to go to the sports activities because I'm in the office doing bookkeeping at the end of the day. Or what I want to grow another location, like all these different things. Like this could be a total life changer to somebody, whatever services you offer. And by not marketing your business, you are not you're not letting them know what you can do for them and how you can change their life. So you definitely want to make sure that you're telling everybody what you have and what you have to offer. Sorry, that totally got me off on a tangent. But I love that. I'm glad you brought that up, Alita.
You're welcome. I'm getting excited now. I am.
Yes, it's so true. It's so true.
It's because the way they said it was like, and then we say, well, I'm afraid to market, but then they used like the Bible, even in that marketing, where he says, go ye therefore. And when we ask people to come to our church, things like that, we do easy, and it's marketing. So we have to get our mindset, and they really stress on the mindset.
Yep. Most definitely. Mindset is huge. It is so, so important. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to hop off here. I do have another call as well. So, and I see a couple of you hopping off too. So, but if y'all need anything, feel free to post in the group. I'll drop the link in the chat. If y'all want to check out the website and everything, it's also pinned to the featured post at the top of the page in the moms group. But if y'all need anything, feel free to send me a message. Feel free to post it on Facebook in the group and stuff as well. We'll see it there and we'll get those questions answered. And y'all have an awesome weekend. You're welcome. Bye.